And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Wednesday, March 29th. I'm Josh Engleman here to break down a 10-game NBA slate for the first time in a week. Yeah, I'm back. Not better than ever. I will say that. Good to see everybody in chat. I have missed you guys quite a bit. I really would have preferred to be doing this show on Monday. Life did not work out in that way. Obviously, for those of you that are watching, first and foremost, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Got a cough. So, those of you that knew that I went to Vegas for a couple days, got there Wednesday, early evening-ish. So got to do some stuff Wednesday night. Had an okay Thursday. Went to an exceptional dinner. The best of my life by far. Not even close. And then it all went to shit. I woke up. I didn't exactly feel great Thursday, but I just figured it was travel. Nope, wasn't travel. Well, I mean, it probably didn't help. I woke up Friday not in a good spot. Tried to walk it off, tried to go to breakfast, felt worse. Ultimately went and got a COVID test. Did not test positive for COVID, but ultimately did have a cold, the flu, probably a cold, like an aggressive cold. Ended up with a pretty aggressive fever. Upwards of 104, just laying in a hotel bed in Las Vegas. So all day Friday, I slept. We were supposed to check out Saturday morning and then just like hang out in Vegas for most of the day and then take a red eye back. That was not going to be feasible for me, aggressive fever and all. So I had to book another hotel because I could not add another day. The Mirage was already filled, so we had to switch hotels while I was sick. Also, I could just simply pay money to take what amounted to like a 7-hour nap, because all I was doing was just laying there. Everybody else went out. Then I had to go to the airport at 8 o'clock at night and fly a red eye with a fever back home. Not fun. So Friday was really bad. Saturday was as bad as it gets. Got home Sunday morning, was able to just chill and relax. By Monday morning, I was better, but I wasn't good. Yesterday was the first day where I was just like, okay, I think life is back. Do I feel good today? No. Do I feel functional enough to do this? Yeah. The fever seems to be gone, but man, it sucked. We were having a good time too. Those first 2 days were really fun. And then it all just went to hell, which is a real shame. But we're back now. For the record, I don't know anything that's happened in the NBA or sports in general, basically, over the past week. Basically, the moment that everything went to crap, from the time that I went out Thursday night, I've disconnected myself from everything. I've seen nothing really. I don't know who's been playing, who's been winning, rotations, whatever. The fact that we got a 10-gamer today sucks. 2 games tomorrow for MLB opening day. And then, I don't know if you guys have looked, we've got a 13-game Friday slate. What a disaster that's going to be. Ooh, yeah. I was very surprised to see the fevers coming in. And I knew I had one. And then I started checking and it was like 102, 102.5, 103, 103.5, 104.1. And I was like, okay, well, this is now officially problematic. If it goes too much higher than 104.5, I might have to go to the ER in Vegas, which I can't think of a worse place to have to do that. But it ended up just chilling there. It ended up hanging out for most of Friday through the night into midday Saturday. It was chilling at 103, and it was miserable. Just truly, truly miserable. So I don't know. Don't know what caused it. It eventually hit my wife once we got back here. So she's been on the delayed version of me. Never as much of a fever, but still not feeling great for the past few days. The other two people that were with us also not exactly feeling great. So it's ripped through us for sure. Larry, did my wife like the concert? They loved it. They had a great time. Yeah, they had a great time. I unfortunately didn't get to go out and do anything that night. So I felt bad, but yeah, they enjoyed it. It was DFS withdrawals? No, it wasn't. I still had enough time to dump quite a bit of money in slots and blackjack, that's for sure. But yeah, it has been a tumultuous few days. I don't know how long this show is going to take. I assume it's going to take a while. We're going to have to redo every rotation, basically. At least that's my assumption. I don't know if people got hurt. I don't know who's been shut down. So we're going to learn it all over the next 90 minutes at a minimum. No strategy show for me all week, which I'm not mad about in the slightest. Deeper dive for me tonight with Adam. Deeper dive tomorrow with Adam, which will be really unappealing if I had to guess. 2-game slate, but that's whatever. Oh, Brian, good work. That's good stuff. Congrats on the 19K. Well, I think we should just get into it. This is going to be the first coffee that I've had since Friday morning. So it's probably going to hit me pretty aggressively during the middle of the show because I haven't had any real caffeine since then. I had one ginger ale. That's basically like a half ginger ale. So that's basically the extent of it. I've been living on Gatorades and water for the better part of 4 days. So without further ado, let's talk some basketball, folks. Thanks for being here. Rise and grind. Haven't done that in a while. Excited to get back into the rhythm of it all. Coffee's here. Let's get it done. Cheers, boys and girls. There's not too many of you here. 42. Me being gone for a couple days definitely took the wind out of the sails of this show. This one's basically over. We've only got 2 weeks left of this process show before we are done, though. So let's get into this one. Honestly, I don't even enjoy that. It's changed my taste. Maybe it's the nasal blockage that I still have. Anyway, let's talk basketball. Let's see. Boom. We'll go there. We'll go there. Missed the worst play of the year last night. Oh, Levert. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know anything that's been going on other than I need the Sixers to make sure that they don't blow my bet. Although the idea of drinking right now sounds really unappealing to me. That's what's really crazy. Thursday night when we went out, I had 2 glasses of wine at dinner, but I didn't really drink at all during the day. So I didn't even it wasn't even a booze thing that got me started. I knew I was off, but I just figured, I traveled all day and working and whatever. No, I was just beat up. Anyway, Milwaukee Bucks are 11.5 point favorites in Indiana, 236 total. For the Bucks, we have Drew Holiday appears to be available, as is Giannis. We got a Q tag on Middleton, Q tag on Ingles. Jay Crowder is out. Myers Leonard is out. Goran Dragic is available. Do the Bucks play tomorrow? Or are they just resting for rest's sake? Milwaukee Bucks. They do play tomorrow and they play the Celtics. Makes me think we're not going to see Middleton here. Sat the front end of the back-to-back this past week. Sat the back end of the back-to-back. But this is the game you sit him, right? You sit Middleton today and then you play him against the Celtics tomorrow. So we're going to take Chris Middleton out of the projections. I don't know why you would do it the opposite way, right? Why would you play Middleton against the Pacers and then sit him against the Celtics? Just wouldn't make any sense. So we're going to pull Middleton for today. And then we're going to try to do the rest of this. Now, this should be relatively easy. We'll maintain the, 31 minutes or so for Brook Lopez. We'll maintain the 21 or 22 minutes or so for Bobby Portis. Grayson Allen should be good around 20s. Those minutes have been down mildly, although he did play. Well, that was without Drew and Giannis. Let's go 27. Drew's minutes definitely have tailed down a bit and should be down a bit here in this one. So we'll go 32 and 16 for him and Javon Carter. You got Connaughton in there for 21. So we've still got 32 minutes left over. Figuring out where those go will be the more interesting piece. So when we had Middleton sit this past Friday, we did get the bump for Connaughton. But what happened in this game? Because everybody else played like 25 minutes. I guess we're going to get Wes Matthews playing a chunk of time too. Who did they play on the 24th and how big of a blowout was it? They beat Utah by 30. So we'll at least look into the first half rotation. Ingles played 14 minutes. So, yeah, I think 26 for Ingles looks fine. Bobby Portis played probably like 12, so that looks good too. It was Wes Matthews. He played 10 first half minutes, so we're at least going to give him like 22. And then they really didn't add anybody else to the rotation, which I think is kind of interesting. But that was probably a comparable pregame line too, given who was available for Utah. I don't want to go too high on anybody else's minutes. Probably should bring Giannis down a minute as well. Take him to 32. So then only other guy that we'd be putting into this rotation, I guess Beauchamp maybe. Thanasis actually got some run that day, but that was all of that was blowout run. I don't really think that these minutes are going to matter all that much. So did Connaughton? Yeah, Connaughton just played like a little bit more of blowout run. We'll give Connaughton 2 more minutes there, and then I'm just going to hide 9 minutes on Beauchamp. Yeah, I assume the plane had something to do with it. If I'm being honest, I'm starting to think that I was like on the precipice of being sick like the day I left, and travel just kicked it into high gear. Because it hit me too quickly for me to think that it came out of nowhere. Which is why I think I got it aggressively while I was there, and it seemed to hit everybody else on a stagger and like much later. So I think that I was getting it, and then that's why by Friday, like it was straight death sentence for me. All right, so from a rate perspective, probably don't have to change too much here. I am going to pull it with no Middleton around just because, but it's not going to be a huge thing. At least that's my assumption. And I don't want to spend too much time in places where, on second thought, like I actually don't have to make any changes here. We have Giannis and Drew projected the way that we need to. So that's going to be Milwaukee. Now, Indiana, I assume, is just going to be a shit show. I'm guessing this isn't something that I even want to look at, but maybe they're just easy. No Tyrese Halliburton. Right? That makes sense. Buddy Hield is off the injury report. And we got a Q tag on Miles Turner, so that sucks. He got to fly private. I would have thought about it on the ride home. No joke. There's a number where I would have paid that would have been pretty staggering just to be more comfortable for 4 hours, because that's how sick I was on the flight. It sucked. It sucked so bad. Anyway, let's handle Indiana. Now, they haven't had Turner for the past 2 days. We have to assume that Turner is in. I'm assuming, and then we had Halliburton on Saturday with Turner out, so that's going to be different as well. We need to go back to Wednesday, basically. So Wednesday the 22nd, I guess the day that I left. Apologies, Nate. Apologies. So who started on Wednesday the 22nd? That is an interesting thing to look at. Indiana beat Toronto by 4. They started Mathurin, Turner, Nembhard, Hield, Brissett. Okay, so I'm going to assume that's the same starting lineup. And I am going to gut this rotation. So we get 30 minutes for Miles Turner. We had Isaiah Jackson as the Turner backup. And then they did use a little Jalen Smith as well. So we're going to say Isaiah Jackson gets, I don't know, what, 16 minutes? Yeah. And then Jalen Smith probably gets something like 12. We get Nembhard starting, playing massive minutes with no Halliburton around. Something in that 33 range. Oh, yeah. Good looking out there, S&P. Got to assume that they're going to bring Hield off the bench. Oh, man, relearning all of this stuff sucks. I hate getting out of rhythm. So why did Brissett start that Wednesday? So are they not starting Nesmith now either? I guess not. Okay. Well, this will be fun. Nesmith, this dude's minutes are everywhere. I guess we could feel pretty good about going to like 30 for Mathurin. Morning, everybody. Morning. Just in case I missed you guys. Just another good morning to everybody. Who else are we missing? Even if Buddy Hield's coming off the bench, he's still going to play a pretty decent chunk of time. Let's get him 26. We'll get McConnell out there for... He played 22 that day in a competitive matchup. They didn't close with him. They brought him in for a minute at the end, but that's probably a little bit more game specific. Before that, he wasn't getting major minutes. I think 25 makes the most sense. We got to get Nesmith. Man, I don't want to go too heavy here, but at the same time, 26? I don't know. Jordan Nwora has played more in the past 2 games. Obviously, that happens on Monday when everybody's out. Saturday's 34 minutes are a little bit different, but his minutes were limited than before that. This guy's minutes are all over the place, which is also a giant pain in the ass. I'm going to say something like 22. That leaves me 20 minutes left. Would that just be O'Shea Brissett? That makes the most sense to me. try something like that. And we'll see what we end up with. I actually think these rates may be correct. So, yeah, these are going to be good considering Halliburton's gone and we got Turner back in, but I still have Turner's rates in. So let's look at it. Indiana, first one up. Surprise, surprise. If Miles Turner plays, he looks totally reasonable at 6,600. Don't have much interest in the rest of the Pacers, which also shouldn't be all that surprising. I mean, this is they're 11-point dogs against Milwaukee. Basically everybody for Milwaukee available except for Middleton. If you want to go to Mathurin or Nembhard, I think that's not something I'm going to be doing all that frequently. Miles Turner would be the guy that I would want to get to the most. And that should make a ton of sense. He's their best per minute dude. And if he plays, he's going to play a bunch. I could also see him not playing, at which point, try to get yourself some Isaiah Jackson potentially, or I guess Jalen Smith potentially. For Milwaukee, not much here. If you want to go to Giannis or Drew, those are the two pieces. Otherwise, you're ignoring it. Not a great start, honestly. For this 7 o'clock game, it's a pretty easy ignore. There's not too much that can change there that would really make it a difference. And, think about that. We left Middleton out. So even if Middleton's in, it ends up looking worse. Houston Rockets, 12-point dogs in Brooklyn, 230 total. Houston appears to be at full strength. So barring any really weird stuff for their rotation, this is actually going to be really easy for me. We'll get... I'm guessing they've had the same rotation for a while. Whoa, Jayshawn Tate's hurt. Okay, I was going to say, wow, did they axe Jayshawn Tate? That was about to be very surprising to me. All right, so they played on Monday. They got smacked by New York. No surprise. Same starting lineup as they usually have. So this is easy. Cool. We're going to go... Now, I'm sure these guys are going to show up as good plays for me somehow. They always do. We're going to go 35 minutes to Jalen Green. Sorry, we're going to go 35 minutes to KPJ. We're going to go 35 minutes to Jalen Green. We're going to go 32 to Kmart. 32 to Jabari. 30 to Şengün. Get Garuba in for 14. Move some of Jabari Smith's minutes over. Looks like they've established Daishin Nix as the backup point guard. We're going to get Tari Eason in for 27. Leaves me 22 for Josh Christopher and spillover. So we're going to go 13 to Josh Christopher. And then those final 9 I will hide on Boban. Doesn't really matter who they hide on. I'm going to pull new rates for these guys just because I don't remember the last thing I did with Houston. Seems like it was probably their normal rotation, but just in case. We're going to go games where... Let's see. Şengün starts. Green starts. Porter starts. And we'll make sure that Eric Gordon is off. I saw the story that Silas cried. I didn't see the retraction. I mean, it's just all weird. How's that a story? Why would you want to report that too? That's not news. I don't know. That's a weird reporting, just in general. All right, Şengün gets the old 20% usage rate. Jabari gets to 19. Jalen Green, 28.5. Kmart, 16. KPJ, 24.5. And then Tari Eason at 18.5. Rest of these rates just have to stay. So that's going to be Houston. For Brooklyn, I know that they shut down Ben Simmons as if he hadn't shut himself down earlier. Royce O'Neal available, Seth Curry available, Edmund Sumner questionable. Guess they signed Moses Brown. Don't know if that matters. About to find out. Doesn't seem it. All right, let's reproject this Brooklyn rotation. We get Dinwiddie for 35. We get Bridges for 35. Clax for 31. At Cam Johnson for 29. And then Dorian Finney-Smith for... Actually, let's do this. 29, bang. And Dorian Finney-Smith for 26. This stupid rotation. So Day'Ron Sharpe appears to be the backup now. At least mostly the backup. Blowout run. 14 and... Yep, okay, they split that clean. Now, I'm not going to give them 17. That would be silly. But we will give him like 14. I'll have like 3 spillovers coming at some point. Cheetah, there's no real such thing as a 2 scoring dependent. Points are points. You can't be 2 scoring dependent. I've never really understood that one. All right, Watanabe seems to be in now for like 11 minutes. So let's bank those. We get Royce O'Neal, who missed Sunday's game, along with Seth Curry. Oh, wow. So they like took Seth Curry out of the rotation. Man, what a fall from grace there. I was really enjoying that Seth Curry run, over these past like 2 or 3 years. Looks like that might be long gone. Or the Nets are just that crazy. Joe Harris continues to maintain his like stupid 16-minute a game rates. Figure that out in a second. Patty Mills played. Maybe that happens again. Maybe they go back to Curry. I mean, I guess it does. It's much ado about nothing here. Get Royce O'Neal in there for whatever the hell minutes he needs. So we'll do the 19 here. And then probably another 7 there. Ah, man. So that's still 33 more minutes that I need to drop here. We got Cam Thomas playing with Royce O'Neal out. He had been out of the rotation for a couple days. Let's get Joe Harris at least 13. I'm going to give Seth Curry the minutes. They could go to Patty Mills. Neither one of these guys are going to matter. And then we'll hide 7 minutes on Cam Thomas. Rates can all stay the same. So let's check out Brooklyn. Okay, a little bit more here to like for Brooklyn against Houston. I like Bridges at 7,600. Shooting guard only, which kind of sucks. Of all the guys that are like, for him to just be shooting guard only is kind of a farce. Dinwiddie looks okay as well. No major priorities here, but Bridges, Dinwiddie, Claxton, those are the guys you're trying to get to. Cam Johnson looks okay. What do we got on the Houston side? For Houston, yeah, they're not even popping up all that much anyway, just because these prices just stabilize. So Jalen Green, KPJ, Şengün, no surprises. Like the best guys on the team are the guys that stand out, but none of these guys actually stand out. I'm 2 games in and I'm out of breath. Like that's how little I've got in the gas tank right now, folks. I'll tell you what, this coffee could not taste less appealing. It's really bumming me out. It just tastes artificial. I don't know. All right, let's go to Miami. Here's a team that I legit have no idea what they're doing. For the Heat, Butler probable. Miami is on the second half of a back-to-back. Lowry sat the front half of a back-to-back last weekend. And the front half of a back-to-back before that. I'm going to assume he's sitting again here. which at least opens things up a little bit. Joe Bro, thank you. Let's just gut this whole rotation. First, we'll start with Bam. We'll get him in for 36. Backup center appears to be Cody Zeller again. Fantastic. Back to Cody Zeller. Throwing a lot of shit against the wall to see what sticks, huh, Miami? Then we're going to get Gabe Vincent. I assume Gabe Vincent is just going to start with no Kyle Lowry. How many minutes does Gabe Vincent play when he starts? Let's find out. Gabe Vincent has started. Come on, load the damn data. There we go. Wow, Gabe Vincent has started 28 games this year. 826 minutes, averaging 29 minutes a game. That makes sense to me. We're going to go ahead and get him in for 30 minutes. I assume he looks like shit too. So we'll get Oladipo then in basically as the backup. We'll get Tyler Hero in for 34 minutes. We had no Butler yesterday. Butler in for today. Get him in for his 33. 34 we'll go. And then the 4, we get Kevin Love in for his 20. We get Caleb Martin in for what? His 28 feels about right. Who else is left? Who are we missing? Strus has been playing again. Do I just give Strus 20-something minutes and that's it? I give Strus 28 minutes? No, I can't. 26? 26. And then we can just bury 2 minutes on Oladipo. That probably won't matter. These rates shouldn't matter. Or do they? I guess I'll pull the rates. Why not? So we'll say Kyle Lowry off. Where's he hiding? Kyle Lowry off. And then games where Butler starts, Bam starts, Hero starts. Just want to take a quick look at the usage rates for Miami. It's a matchup against the Knicks, and this is 228 total, honestly, for Miami, New York is higher than I would have expected. That's not, I would have thought this one was low 220s to even like high teens. All right, Bam's at 25, so that's fine. Butler's at 25. We'll take him up to 26. Hero is at 25 and a half. Yeah, I don't really have any changes to make here. Strus is at about 17. Love is at 17. Vincent is at 16 and a half. And then Caleb Martin is at 14 and a half. All right, we're good there. That's going to be Miami. On the Knicks end of this one, there's a team that's either, I legitimately don't even think I need to make a change to their rotation. Q tag on Brunson, though. That will be big. That will be big. Demetrius, I have been on vacation and sick for the past 7 days. Mostly sick, briefly on vacation for 2 days, both of those things at the same time. All right. 27 minutes for Mitchell Robinson? Nope. Going to go 26 to Mitch. Okay, so Jalen Brunson has been out for a minute or two. Interesting to see. 36 for Randall. Sure. 12 for Toppin. 31 for Barrett. Sure. 35 for Brunson. Sure. Quickly played a little bit more with Brunson out. Yeah, all this can just hold. Oh, that makes sense. Grimes has been good since I've been gone. Of course. This is a guy that I played aggressively more than anybody else and never worked. So it assume figures that's when it happens. All right, so for game 3, look, if Brunson plays, he looks good at 7,500. I'd be a little worried about his playing time. In fact, I am going to take a minute from him. Give that to Grimes. Yeah, so, Brunson looks like the best option from the Knicks, but this, again, isn't that kind of game environment, so I don't have a ton of interest in anything from New York. Same thing on the Miami side. It's Bam, it's Hero. We have not, 3 games in, we haven't had anything that stands out as like a priority play. Dallas at Philly. Man, I'm conflicted in this one. I want Dallas to win the game, but I can't afford Philly to lose, so that's not good. So we'll see how that shakes out. For Dallas, they are 5-point dogs in Philadelphia. Let's see. Dallas. Q-tag on Maxey. Q-tag on Ntilikina. Maxey did not play on Monday. I'm going to assume that he's playing today. They're running out of real estate here. So I am going to scratch this entire rotation. I don't know what Dallas has been doing other than not winning. Let's go ahead and get Kyrie in there for 35. We'll get Luka in there for 36. How many guys did they play on Monday? They played 15 dudes on Monday. That's a new one. Even the mascot, Theo Pinson, was able to get out there. That's good to see. That's fun. Dwight Powell's minutes have been down these past 2 games. I don't really know how to read into that. What was the goal on Monday? Wait, was that another Charlotte game? No, that was Indiana. Oh, they won by 23. That is a really weird rotation. Okay. Well, I mean, at least it kind of shows us what's up. Oh, so they went to Dwight Powell and then they closed with Markieff Morris at the 5? Right. Obviously. This is going to be a real blast. All right, so I guess we're going to get Dwight Powell in for like his pretty standard 16. And I think we get Christian Wood in for, like 18. We get Maxey back playing, 26 or so. Decent start there. Let's get Reggie Bullock in for 32. We'll get Hardaway in for, like 28 or so. Wood was getting torched defensively. That's new. Who could have seen that one coming? To be fair, he was +3. Yeah, that coffee just tastes like shit today. I haven't really enjoyed anything, though, in the past couple of days, so there's also that. Josh Green, I don't know, 24 minutes. I mean, none of this is even going to matter because this team is trash. So then we need what? Jaden Hardy and nobody? Ntilikina? I don't know. Justin Holiday, maybe? We'll go 13 and 12. The chances of us liking anything here other than Kyrie and Luka are basically 0. So let's go ahead and grab those rates. Because whatever I had last didn't have a usage rate in for Luka, which means that he was out. So we're going to say in games where Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic have both played. It's good to be back, folks. I hate getting out of this rhythm, and I feel like wildly out of the rhythm. What I'm really, really not looking forward to is baseball tomorrow. I want to play the slate, but I am so wildly unprepared. Losing these 2 days really screwed me up. I thought I was going to have a lot of time this week to build out my model, and I did not. I might have to try to unearth my old one, which I don't normally like doing because I like to rebuild each year. But I might have to just bite the bullet, take what I had from last year, and move forward. I'm sweating now from this coffee. Temperature has just been up and down, breaking out in sweats. Been miserable. All right. Christian Wood in the games where these two guys have started. 26-ish% usage. Kyrie, 27. Luka is at 37. Maxey does dick all like usual. Reggie Bullock, nothing. Tim Hardaway. Let's see. Something like that. Oh, that hurt like you wouldn't believe. That legitimately hurt. That felt like razor blades when I coughed. Oh, not fun. Not fun in the slightest. Just making those quick rate adjustments to Kyrie and Luka because I can't imagine I'm getting to anybody else here. That just seems implausible. So that's Dallas. And again, this is probably not a great matchup here against Philly either. But what do we get here for the Sixers? For Philly, Q-tag on Harden, Q-tag on Embiid. Great. Both guys missed Monday's game. Harden has missed the previous 4. Going out with a whimper here for the Sixers. Got to project everybody like they're just in, right? I mean, there's no real way around that. I think I'm mostly okay with what I have here. Let's just move some of these pieces around a little bit. Let's take those minutes off of Daniel House. Let's get PJ Tucker back into the rotation. We can leave those minutes. We can cut down Melton, cut down Niang, cut down McDaniels. Got to bump up Tobias Harris. Guess I could just cut down. I got to bump up. Maybe I don't need to bump up Maxey. 34 seems about right. Assuming those guys come back. So I got to shave 5 minutes from somewhere. Definitely going to take 2 of them from Harden. I don't think he just comes back and plays 38 minutes in this spot. We'll do something like that. Rates all stay the same, though. So, look, 11K Embiid if he's playing today against this Dallas team. Looking for a little bit of revenge for not playing on Monday. It's like the only thing that I know that happened on Monday is that Embiid didn't play. But I think he looks great. Put it this way. Joel Embiid is the best thing we've looked at so far. Harden looks okay, but no real priority. Dallas is impossible. Kyrie, to me, looks awful. Luka looks awful. It's Joel Embiid season if he's playing today. And I think we should expect him to beat the living piss out of Dallas. Lakers and the surging Chicago Bulls. Lakers are 1.5 point favorites in Chicago, 225 total. Obviously, LeBron is back, and I don't have him in, so this has to be a full-scale rebuild. For the Lake Show, Russell probable, LeBron questionable, AD probable. You know, kind of know what we're doing here. LeBron came back on Sunday, played 30 minutes. you got to figure he's playing like 32 today or something like that. Russell has not played the previous 2 games, but is back. Had been playing about 34 a night. Let's pop him in for 33. And then let's see. Obviously, Austin Reeves has become the guy. Let's get AD out there for his 36. Let's get LeBron 33. The best I could really do here. We got to get Reeves out there for 34. And then the rest of this should sort of just fill itself in. We'll get Wenyen Gabriel out there for 12. We'll get Jared Vanderbilt in for 24. We'll get Troy Brown out there for 26. Get Malik Beasley out there for 22. Yeah. Well, that leaves me way light on Schroeder. Which means that I'm going to have to move some of this around. I guess I can trim Wenyen Gabriel a bit. Troy Brown a bit. Gets me to 25 on Schroeder. Definitely need a rate pull here. I guess D'Angelo Russell's probably like a decent proxy for Russ anyway. So we're going to say games where LeBron and AD both started and at least one of Russell Westbrook or D'Angelo Russell played in the game. Now, SMP, man, it helps. It's helping me out. I'm flying blind today, so every little bit's going to help for this show. Otherwise, we're going to be here till midnight. All right, so decent sized sample here. We get Anthony Davis in for about 27% usage. Austin Reeves, oddly enough, is just wildly low. I'm going to bump that a little bit, just assuming it's different now. D'Angelo Russell has only played 36 minutes in this scenario. Russell Westbrook had a 26% usage rate. So I'm going to just assume D'Angelo Russell continues to be himself. Schroeder has a 14% usage rate when those guys start, and at least one of those guys plays. That's incredible. LeBron's usage rate is at like 31.5. Vanderbilt doesn't exactly have the biggest sample here either, but I think I could leave everybody else's rates the same. Assist rate might be interesting for LeBron. Nope, no change. Russell, I'll let stay because Westbrook still had it. So I don't really see any other changes here. So that's going to be the Lakers. I don't know their prices. The Lakers could actually look good here. Now, as we look at the Bulls, I don't know if they've made any changes, but I know that they've been winning. Caruso, questionable. I'm guessing this is a pretty standard issue rotation. I will start it from scratch. Let's get Pat Bev in for 28. We'll get, I assume it's Caruso starting when he can, but this dude is just in and out of the lineup over and over again. Ooh, revenge narrative for Caruso too. Let's get Caruso in for 24 minutes. We'll get Zach LaVine in for his 36. We'll get DeMar in for his 36. We get Vooch, 32, 31, 31. No, we'll go 32. That dude's infuriating, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Oh man, if I go 32-16 here, Have the Bulls just won 4 straight blowouts? Monday the 27th, Bulls lost by 12. Why did Vooch play 3? Did Vooch get hurt? Oh, no, that game was just a blowout. Okay, got it. They got blown out. 26. They beat the Lakers by 10. Did Vooch get hurt there? Why did Vooch not start the third quarter? All right, he had to have gotten hurt. Played 15 minutes. Okay, so that makes sense. 24th. They beat the piss out of Portland. Okay. And then the 22nd, they got wrecked by Philly. Vooch didn't close again. Okay. We're going with 33 to Vooch, 15 to Drummond. Oh, ejected. Got it. That makes sense too. I knew there was something. Patrick Williams just appears to play like 27 minutes a night. I would be shocked if any of that matters. Derek Jones Jr. now a part of the rotation, it seems. Let's go ahead and get him 16 minutes. No. Or are we going to say that it's Javonte Green? Nope. Well, let's get Dosunmu minutes. He probably gets something like 19. And then Kobe White gets 27, 28, 26. I'm going 26, I guess. Weird. This is all weird. And then somehow I'm 4 minutes over, so that should be a real treat to try to figure out. Where the hell do I cut 4 minutes from here? I mean, that doesn't make a lick of sense to me. Where is this playing time coming from? It can't come from Caruso. It can't come from the starters. We're going to take 1 minute away from Dosunmu. We'll take another one away from Kobe White. We'll take one away from Patrick Williams, and I'll take one away from Caruso because I don't trust Caruso. Rates can stay the same, though. That helps. So that's Chicago. No priorities here for the Bulls. Is this about to be like the most difficult slate in the world to start the day? And then we get like 15 pieces of news and all of a sudden there's value out the ass? Because that's what feels like it's going to happen. Pick your poison on one of the 3 main guys from the Bulls. Otherwise, don't play anybody. And if you want to play anybody from the Lakers, it is AD. I would be very surprised if I got to LeBron James. I mean, this slate is legit awful through the first half. Really bad. Clippers, 5-point dogs in Memphis, 227 total. I know the Grizzlies are on a back-to-back. What do we got going on for the Clips? Marcus Morris is COVID. Brandon Boston out. Paul George out. Oh, yeah, I got to redo all of this shit. I know Batum's supposed to be starting and Covington's back. So that was one of the few things that I remember reading. All right, so we're going to get Russell Westbrook. He's going to be in there for, 31 minutes, right? Feels about right. Seems like Eric Gordon is going to be playing something in that 28 range. We'll get Zoo out there for 25. Plumlee playing, 19 or so. And then we'll get Batum in for the realness. Get him in for 29. All right, who else are we missing here? Let's get Kawhi out there for 35. It's a big game. now. Oh, Norm Powell's back? Wait, is that real? Questionable. Okay. I mean, that's pretty big for them if Powell is back. You know, and get him out there for 24 minutes. That seems pretty easy to do. We'll get Terrence Mann in for at least backup point guard run. I want to try to get Terrence Mann a couple more minutes there, too. 29 minutes left. We got to get Covington a chunk of playing time. So there's 14. Leaves me 15 for someone, no? Where am I light? Where am I light? Because if Norm Powell's back, then Bones is done. I don't get the sense Bones would keep playing. I mean, I guess he could, but it's probably the best place to hide 15 minutes. But yeah, if Norm Powell's back, like he's just going to take the 24 minutes that Bones has been playing. That's the easiest swap you'll ever see. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. I guess in theory it could be Terrence Mann that I'm a little light on. Let's get him up to 5. We'll take 2 more off of those fake Bones spots. Guys, they're not going to play Bones if Norm Powell's back. But they don't want to play Bones Island at all. But, you know, when Paul George goes away and Norm Powell's still out, you need some creation. All right, let's grab rates. We got to remember how bad Bones is. All right, so let's get Paul George off. And let's just say games where Kawhi Leonard starts. It's not going to be the biggest sample in the world, but that's what we need. Yeah, there's not really another guy. I agree with you there, S&P. I could also see them just going to a 9-man rotation. I mean, they have been playing. Like, that's what they played, the 9-man rotation here on Monday. For them to do that again and just turn Bones into Norm Powell, I think that's the more likely scenario. And then Terrence Mann gets a couple, basically everybody else gets one of those minutes. I think that's the most likely scenario. I would imagine Bones doesn't actually play. All right, Eric Gordon, not the biggest sample in the world so far. 19.5% usage rate. Zubats, I'm sure, is just himself. I guess I got to take Morris off. That's really going to nerf this, which I don't love, but I got to do it. Yeah, Ken. No, I don't feel bad for him at all. He's a pest and irritant. It's the definition of insanity. No one wants him around. I don't know if he thinks that he's part of the gimmick or not, but he needs to just get cleaned out. All right, 15% usage on Zoo. Kawhi, only 286 minutes in this scenario, but a 30% usage rate. That's going to scare the living hell out of me. Batum doesn't do anything offensively. Norm Powell being back will matter. Bump that usage rate. Westbrook has only played 59 minutes in this scenario, but I'm going to assume he keeps his crazy usage. Assist rate for Kawhi is the only thing I really need to see here. Doesn't move, which makes sense. This is rebounding rate? No, he doesn't. Dude's a robot. He doesn't make rate changes. What am I talking about? Because Eric Gordon's assist now. No one's assist rate is moving here. All right, that's going to be the Clippers. Let's look at Memphis. For Memphis, Ja back. Everybody else normal. So this is actually fun to project because I don't think I projected any Ja games. Yeah, he came back the day that I left. So let's go ahead and get Ja out there. I don't know, 30 minutes. Sounds about right. We get Tyus out there for the backup run, probably plus a couple more. Right? How much did they play alongside of each other here? 4 minutes? Yeah. We'll do the same. Take him to 22. We get Tillman out there for, what, 28? That sounds about right. And then, let's go Triple J for 20 plus another 10. We get Bane for 32. We get Brooks for 28. And projecting the Memphis is actually like relatively easy. Just helpful. We'll go 22 to Aldama. Luke Kennard falls into a decent chunk of time. And then John Conchar gets a relatively limited amount. We're going to go 13 and 12 between Conchar and Roddy. You need rates because I have not pulled a rate with Ja Morant in a very long time. All right, here we go. Memphis. This is going to be games where Brooks, Jackson, Morant, and Bane all start, which honestly is probably such a small amount of games. These guys are never healthy together. Always missing one of these dudes. Yeah, 15 games only. Gonna have to use Tillman as like a Adams proxy. Bane in these starts, 25% usage rate. Brooks is at 17.5. Ja is at 34. Triple J is at 22. Tyus actually still gets to 16.5. And then Tillman is just sort of himself anyway. Assist rates do kind of matter here for Morant and Bane. I want to make sure I got those guys in there correctly. It appears that I do. Just Triple J's. Yeah, everything else is fine here. So that's Memphis. Well, we're already at 7:30. 113 people here, folks. Hit that like button if you're still here. We don't really like all that much from Memphis. 9K Ja certainly stands out, but like the minutes aren't going to be there. Or at least it doesn't seem like they would be. Maybe they are. Who knows? I wouldn't be playing anybody else. Bane too expensive. Jackson too expensive. Tillman maybe. For the Clips, look, if Norm Powell is back, he's probably the best option. This is another game where there's nothing good. This is very difficult. Maybe this game is what changes it. The Detroit Pistons are 11-point underdogs in Oklahoma City. 226 total. I can't even imagine what the Pistons are doing right now. Magruder out, and then obviously no Cade, Burks, Diallo, Bogdanovich, Stewart. All right, this probably sucks, but might be mildly real. We're gonna go Killian Hayes. What, 33 minutes? We're gonna go Jaden Ivey. 33 minutes. We're going to get Livers in there for 32. And then we get Bags for 32. We get Wiseman for, I don't know, 24. Are these guys just splitting it? Yeah. We're on 24-24 Wiseman Duran. And they are running thin on real human beings. We'll go 16 to Omer Yuri. We're going to get Corey Joseph for 25. Leaves me 21 for RJ Hampton and no one else. That's probably not going to happen that way, but I guess we can give Omer Yuri. Oh, I got to give Omer Yuri more minutes by a lot. We got to get him up to like 21, 20, 21, and 16 for Hampton. God, this team is gross. I actually think these rates are correct. Yeah. Yeah, I have Ivy in and Hayes in at their current rates, so that's fine. Man, this is a painful slate so far. It will be fun to do the deeper dive with Adam because I have not talked basketball like that in a very long time, and I love the conversational aspect. I like doing this where I just ramble, but I like tossing ideas off of Adam. You know, it's a better show. Ooh, I just popped my ears. Man, that like really changed the game. I was not hearing as much as I thought I was. All right, let's go to OKC. Q tag on Shea, left ankle sprain. Poku came back. Welcome back, Poku. And then Q tag on Lindy Waters. Feels like most of this is going to be okay. We're going to go 35 to Shea. I'm going to make that 34. You know what? We know what to do here. 34 to Shea. 32 to Dort. 31 to Dort. 32 to Giddey. 34 to Jalen Williams. And Jalen with a Y can have, I don't know, 22. God, I hate this team so much. I guess Isaiah Joe can have a decent chunk of playing time. You know, something in the 26 range, maybe. Usman Jeng, pretty good around in the 13 range. Similar story for Aaron Wiggins. JRE playing again in a random amount of minutes. We'll get Lindy Waters, 18. Who knows if he's playing? Might as well just give him 9. No, we'll stay with 18. We'll give an extra minute to Wiggins. Rates all stay the same. So anything? Nope, not really. SGA, totally fine at 10-1. No priority. If he's out, we might be able to look a little bit closer at someone like Lou Dort, but he's already 6K. I see no priorities here for OKC. On Detroit, similar story. No overwhelming priorities. Hayes and Bagley, probably your two best options. So we are, 7 games in. Just for reference sake, of everything that we've looked at so far, the best play is Joel Embiid. And oddly enough, if Miles Turner plays, I think he's the best play on today's slate. Which is crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I guess I can't say it is. There's a replacement level thing here. You know, Mikal Bridges and Dinwiddie are up there. You know, maybe I have Bridges over projected. Maybe not. I don't know. Dude's still scoring. But this is bleak from a value perspective. Go to Utah. 5-point favorites in San Antonio. 234 total. There's no way this looks like a good time. Q tag on Markkanen. He played on Monday. No Jordan Clarkson, no Colin Sexton, no Rudy Gay. Fontecchio questionable. All right. This should be a real blast. So assuming we get THT starting, There's 28 minutes. And it's Agbaji, Markkanen, Olynyk, Kessler, right? That's just what we're doing here. So we'll go 29 minutes to Kessler. We'll get Olynyk in for 28. We'll get Markkanen in for 35. 34. It's the Spurs. And we'll get Agbaji in for 30. God damn this team. All right, Chris Dunn is the backup point guard. Damian Jones playing some random amount of minutes. Let's get Damian Jones in for like 16. Let's get Juan Toscano Anderson in for like 17. Get Johnny Juzang, who I finally added to my model, in for, I don't know, 14. And then Fontecchio get, what, 20? 2? And then we'll just hide 2 more minutes. Rates are probably close, right? No, these are probably rates without Markkanen. Guys, I'm dragging ass. The coffee's hitting me, which is helping, but it's also not helping. All right, so no Clarkson, no Sexton. I guess we'll just do this too. No Beasley, no, I don't want to say no Conley, but I guess I have to. No Conley. Conley and Dunn can be decent proxies for each other. Okay, that's the right ratio of people here. So Kelly Olynyk, 17.5% usage rate. Markkanen, 31 and change. Can't go that high. We'll go 30.5. I'd be surprised if Markkanen doesn't look good here. Unless his price is just already up. I'm kind of expecting him to look good. I don't want to know what's going on with the Spurs. Don't even tell me that shit. Oh, man. I don't know how that works. Wow. Big time rebounding for Kelly Olynyk in this scenario. Kessler not doing it? No, he's doing it too. I mean, I know Markkanen doesn't, but... All right, there's Utah. I'm afraid. All right, so for the Spurs. Okay, that's not too bad. No Vassell, Keldon Johnson, or Sohan, but everybody else is available. How that could be worse. It's only their 3 best guys, basically. Okay, so let's think about a starting lineup here for this shit Spurs team. We're gonna get Trey Jones, I guess. That dude's just playing like 27 minutes a night. I'm guessing we get, what, Branham and Romeo Langford. So we'll get Branham out there for 26. We'll get Romeo Langford for 22. Surely Keita Bates-Diop is going to see some relevant time. Maybe we'll go to 27 there on him. And then Zach Collins as the only real person playing, I don't know, 29 minutes. Okay. After that, it should easily fill itself in. We'll get Blake Wesley as the backup point guard. We'll get McBuckets in for his 20 minutes, which he seems to play every day for years. I guess we'll get like 19 minutes for Mamu. at a minimum. Devontae Graham can go ahead and get 22. Still have 27 left over for someone. Collins and Mamu are playing alongside of each other, so we can go ahead and grab like 3 more minutes from Mamu. That takes me to 24. And I'm going to split these final minutes between Barlow and Champagne. So let's go 12 and 12. No, there's no MLB process show. There's no process in baseball. There's nothing to break down. Guys just like someone's going to hit third no matter what. There's no manual overrides for me in baseball. That I don't pay attention to anything. There's no there's no context to a baseball slate. People will tell you differently. They're incredibly incorrect. But no, there's no way to do a. All you would see is on the process show is me paste in all the projected lineups and be like, all right, well, the show's over. No, not necessarily play anybody, but there's no like rotations. You know, everybody's batting 1 through 9. There's no rotation. I mean, do I even need to grab rates for these guys right now? I guess I do. So Keldon off. We're going to take Josh Richardson off too. Keldon off. Devin Vassell off. Sohan off. Where's Pirtle? Pirtle off. All right, with those 5 guys off, what happens? Yeah, people will bring up BVP. Those people will be the people that very clearly don't ever win. You know, it's fun. Keita Bates Diop, 17% usage rate. Trey Jones. Zach Collins. Anybody else get a bump? Devontae Graham gets a pretty sizable one. He probably won't matter either. Anybody else get it? Branham kind of does. That should be good. I can't dig into San Antonio any further. All right, look, like I know I said I like Miles Turner before. Zach Collins doesn't look too bad as a comparable center. Pay attention to that ownership. We might not even have Turner. Who the hell knows? Trey Jones looks okay. You can get to some of these Spurs pieces, but you won't be happy about it. You're not going to be happy about anything during this slate, that's for sure. Utah, on the other hand. Lauri Markkanen, 9,200. I'm actually a fan of that price tag, given what we've seen so far. Walker Kessler for 7,300 seems fine. Taylor Horton-Tucker for 6,900, as weird as it sounds, isn't crazy. But again, I'm expecting when we run power rankings, it's flat as a board. Unless Sacramento Portland changes the game, which I guess it could. Late night hammers now, guys. Minnesota 6.5 point dogs in Phoenix, 234 total. Or the Wolves. I know we got Towns back while I was gone. Edwards in, Towns in, Torian Prince questionable, Jalen Noel questionable. I got to put everybody in here. So now we got to go with Conley, 31 minutes. We get Edwards in for 35. We get Jaden McDaniels in for 30. We got Towns so he sat out the back end. I guess we're going 32 to Towns. And then Gobert, 33. We still get Naz Reid playing a bunch, which I think is fun to see. Yeah, I completely disagree. Unless you think that someone's going to hit second and fourth at the same time. There's no manual thought for a process show, at least. I don't make manual tweaks. So I don't believe in it for baseball. There's too much data. And that has proven to work quite well for the past 7 years. There's way too much baseball data. It's too easy to project. I mean, baseball, it's the best time for DFS. I can sit down at my computer for 20 minutes and have all of my lineups done, and I don't have to pay attention to anything. All right, let's get Naz Reid to 21. Let's get Naz Reid to 20. We need to get Slow-Mo in for 29. We get McLaughlin playing backup point. And then somebody random is getting 13 extra minutes. Call it Taurean Prince. Rates should be really awful to try to put together. So let's go to Minnesota. Carter, there will be absolutely no MLB early morning discussions. No chance. Lucky we do a strategy, or I do a strategy show. There's nothing more useless than early morning baseball conversation. All right. Oh, God. How many games have they even played together? Gobert, Towns, Edwards. What is it, like 8? With baseball, it's just that like everybody is viable. You're adjusting how optimal any one individual, every single team on every single slate has some sort of ability to win a slate, no matter how bad they are. I don't know who the worst team in the league is. Let's just say it's the Tigers. Even on the worst possible day they could have, they're winning that slate like 2-3% of the time. 2%, we'll call it 2% of the time. No one's owning them. Like that becomes an interesting spot. Baseball is like there is no context to it whatsoever. Josh just sucks at it. Baseball DFS, up until 2 weeks ago, MMA is my most profitable sport. Baseball is second, and it has never been close. Baseball, I have been better at MLB DFS than NBA DFS my entire life. And not even remotely close. But thanks for knowing absolutely nothing. I'm not surprised. Also, thanks for showing up to watch this show at 7 o'clock in the morning. What does that say about your life? If I suck at it, why are you here? Why would you wake up in the morning and watch a show of a guy that you think sucks? That's so stupid. I'm pulling no punches today. Andrew, MMA is number one for me. And it's legitimate, too. All right, Edwards. 27% usage. McDaniels is at 15.5. Towns is at 25. Anderson is at 14.5. Dude, you can't even type. I'm not butthurt. You're a moron. Makes no difference to me whether you're here, not, whatever you think. I know what my ROI is. I'm just going to assume that Mike Conley is Mike Conley. I hope Minnesota looks good here. I'm guessing assist rates don't really have to change here. Rebounding rates, I guess I do need to look at just for Towns and Gobert. So for Towns, rebounding wasn't down as much as I thought it would be. Gobert, I would guess, no, it's not. That's not down either. Is Edwards? No? Okay. All right, so that's going to be Minnesota. Let's go to Phoenix. For the Suns, Durant? I have no idea. KD questionable? We getting Durant today? Guess we're going to get Kevin Durant today, potentially. That's fun to see. So we're going to go Chris Paul, get him in there for 31. We're going to get Book in there for 35. I assume we're going to... Oh, Koji's minutes have come back down. All righty. Oh, Landry Shamet is returned. Good to see. Is Okogie still starting? Yeah, I guess he still is. Let's get Okogie in for 24. I'm going to say Durant comes back and plays like 30. And then Ayton came back and played 30 on Monday. 31 seems fine here. Looks like we're getting Biyombo. I'm guessing we get some combination of like TJ Warren. Well, let's get Campaign in for backup run. And it's going to be what? Craig, Ross. I got to get Shamit playing time here. I mean, none of these guys are going to matter. We're going to get Torrey Craig for 18. I'm going to go like 12 and 12 for Ross and Warren. I don't think it matters. I wish we had a bigger sample here of Phoenix rates with Durant, but I don't get the sense that that's going to matter all that much, considering he played 3 games. You know, I'm going to assume that, I don't know, Durant is like slightly less than himself. Evan Booker can stay the same. Ayton. Oh, yeah, Ayton's the one that took that giant usage hit. So did Paul, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to cut all of those rates. Lock in Durant and Booker and cross my fingers. All right. So for Phoenix, Booker 9,900 is going to be a tough sell. Durant 9,700 is a tough sell. $7,100 Ayton looks okay. Again, no priorities here. For Minnesota, it's Gobert. So we're overloaded with centers in that 6 and 7K range again. Getting that right is probably how you win the slate. Good luck. You'll play me head to head. Gladly, man. Gladly. Gladly. Send it whenever for whatever. It's all good to me. I'm not hard to find. Edwards, Gobert, Towns. Yeah, no, I don't like any of this. Let's close it out with the game that may change it all. Sacramento, 2 touchdown favorites in Portland, 232 total. What do we know for Sac? Everybody available. Okay. I mean, that helps. We go 34 to Fox. We go 28 Actually, let's bang, 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 bang. They killed Metu? Why'd they kill Metu? What are they doing here? Guess I'm going 37 on Sabonis. No, I can't go 37 here. He's never going to play 37 minutes. Are we really going to? They unearthed Alex Len coming down the street. Great strategy there, guys. Deegan's back up to 30 and change. We'll get 18 to Lyles. We'll get 29 to Herter. 19 to Monk. Mitchell in for 14. We got the Barnacle in for 32. Kessler Edwards going to have 16. Rates all stay the same. I don't even know what I'm going to be seeing here for Portland. Oh, my God. Okay, so... Oh, my God. This is so... They're so bad. I knew... They're so bad. They're so bad. Okay, so obviously no Dame, no Simons, no Grant, no Winslow, no Nurkic, no Ibubaji. Cam Reddish, doubtful. Trendon Watford, doubtful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think they only have 9 guys. And they've got a guy named John Butler, who I need to project, who is not in my model that I can, at least not that I can tell. Let's go ahead and change Justice Winslow into John Butler. All right. Well, I guess I do got John Butler in here. This is going to... So we waited the entire show. 19 teams we've broken down so far. We've been live for an hour and 35 minutes. Now is the time where we're going to get something. All right. So assuming these starters for Portland are Archie. Oh my God. What are we doing? Oh, this sucks, dude. This sucks. This sucks eggs, man. Shit. 29 for Archie. I mean, Shaden Sharp's playing 34 minutes, right? That's just happening. Oh my God. I guess we're getting Thibault for, I don't know, minutes. I mean, look, they got 9 guys. They've got 9 guys. We're going to be playing a shit ton of these dudes by default. What an awful, awful, awful late night hammer. Drew Eubanks, I guess, has to go in there for like 28. Which I guess makes John Butler the backup. I don't even know the size of most of these human beings. I guess Jabari, I don't fucking know, man. Good God. All right, so John Butler, I guess, is going to be we're going to go 29-19. All the rates can go away. So we still need Keon Johnson, Kevin Knox, Nas Little. Speaking of, put those minutes in the wrong spot. All right, Nas Little playing like 29 minutes. Maybe Archie's just only going to play like 24 here. We get, oh, Jesus. Jabari Walker playing 20-something. We'll go 24. We're going to get Knox out there for 26. Keon out there playing, what, 28? 27? Worth a roll of the dice, I guess. All right, what does Portland do when no one with a pulse is on the floor? Dame off, Grant off, Nurk off, Simons off, Reddish off. I mean, this has got to be like 10 minutes apiece. Shaden Sharp's played 215 minutes without any of these idiots out there. 24% usage rate. All right, great. Keon Johnson also gets a giant usage bump. Lock that bad boy in. Now, let's make a quick. I'm gonna. Oh God, I don't really know how to manage this. Eubanks, I guess, does get that bump, so I'm happy to lock that in. Thibault, am I willing to say that he? Yeah, all right. We're gonna let that rip. What do we like for Portland? Okay, we finally found it. Drew Eubanks is the closest thing you're going to see to a lock button today. $4,700. Unfortunately, center only, but still, he's the best guy we saw, and it's not close. I mean, Keon Johnson's terrifying, but 5K point guard, shooting guard looks good. Shaden Sharp is so bad that somehow even starting at 6,700, he doesn't look that good. Still, you're trying to get to pieces of Portland. Sharp, Eubanks, Little, Thibault, Keon Johnson, Kevin Knox, all available for today. But Drew Eubanks is exactly what we're looking for. And then for Sacramento, Fox is the main priority. 8,200 looks good. That's it, folks. Let's run some crunches. I got to get away from this slate. This is a gross experience for today. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy started. What do you say? Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done it already. And let's check out the optimal lineups on FanDuel for today. It's going to be a lot of Portland. And then everybody else looking basically identical. Should be a real fun time. All right. FanDuel optimal 318.61. This is the optimal by 0.05. Jalen Green, Drew Holiday, Keon Johnson, THT, Little, Knox, Eubanks, Giannis Antetokounmpo as a pay-up, and Miles Turner. If you guys want power rankings on FanDuel. I mean, even with all of that Portland value, it's still flat. No, I'm not on the strategy. No strategy show all week for me. I'm on Deeper Dive tonight and tomorrow night. And crossing my fingers, knock on wood, I don't have a live show on Friday, which is great because Friday's 13 gamer is not something that I will be playing. I won't be anywhere near a 13 game basketball slate. Drew Eubanks is your number one play on FanDuel. Taylor Horton Tucker 2, Nas Little 3, Lauri Markkanen 4, Kevin Knox 5, Hayes Thibault Mathurin, Drew Holiday, and Miles Turner rounded out. And now we go to DK. This should be pretty gross. It's going to be Portland, and I assume Joel Embiid. I think Embiid probably passes Giannis on this one. Optimal. No, it's Giannis. Holy shit. Don't like that, that's for sure. 289.43. This is the optimal lineup by 0.56. Tyler Hero, Mikal Bridges, Matisse Thybulle, Giannis, Miles Turner, Keon Johnson, Kevin Knox, and Drew Eubanks. Most of that all makes sense. The Portland piece of this is awful, but Portland is perfectly set up to get like late swapped a bit too. So power rankings on DraftKings before I can get out of here and give my voice a little bit of a rest because I can feel it starting to hurt. Number one contender is likely to be Drew Eubanks. Seems like it's pretty sturdy there. Keon Johnson showing up second. That is, I assume, going to be a contentious part of the day. Chandre not playing Portland again. That seems like a real smart idea. The clear best team with the highest optimal odds would be the team that you would try to get away from. I would expect absolutely nothing less. Makes perfect sense. Just absolute perfect sense. Drew Eubanks is 1, Keon Johnson 2, Matisse Thybulle 3, Kevin Knox 4, Mathurin in at 5, Mikal Bridges, Miles Turner, Norm Powell, if he's back, Nas Little, and Spencer Dinwiddie rounded out. I could not hate all of this more. It is truly, truly gross. But we made it. I'm back. We finally got through it all. Another one in the books. 10 games up, 10 games down. We just went an hour and 44 minutes. I should not have gone this long. It's going to probably hurt me in the long run. But for now, that's going to be it. I got to get the hell out of here and stop talking. I appreciate having you guys here. Hit the like button on your way out the door. We'll have some fun with this garbage tonight. Truly disgusting slate. It's good to be back, everybody. Thanks for being here. This was The Process.